And now, just give it some time. It'll do. Come back to you when it's, and that will be that. So I'm gonna do a S6364 drivers first. I think they're important. So let's go back in. Let's get them done. And unfortunately, then we're going to be a bit slower. Connect. I think the ones I've got are more up to date than that. Click on next. I'm going to do a list of drivers in a specific location. Unfortunately, then we're going to be a bit slower. Okay, so these are the drivers I think that were already installed, which are the Windows 98 base one. Okay, so these are the drivers I think that were already installed, which are the Windows. And we're going to do a list of drivers in a specific location. Unfortunately, then we're going to be a bit slower. Okay, so these are the drivers I think that were already installed, which are the Windows 98 base ones I think there. So I'm going to click have disk again. I might have to do a little bit of a wait. It is a bit annoying, this element of it, but once it's done, as I say, you won't have to do it again. So I might when I'm editing this video before putting it up, I might have edited this a bit out, so you can just go straight to the next prompt. Right, so let's click browse again. This will probably take a little bit of time to give me the folder I need to browse to install the drivers. Yeah, I don't understand why this bit takes so long. I don't remember it being like this when I was at a Windows 98 machine back in its day. I remember being this slow, but anyway, it's coming now, and then we can get these drivers installed. Then we've got to do the same for the Sound Blaster O32, because I want them to be the latest ones for Windows 98. Remember, they're not the Windows 10 and Windows 98 drivers. See, there we go, S364, S364, and there you go, it's got it there, S3.inf. That's what it's looking for. Click OK, click OK, and in fact these are actually older. I think, yeah, they're actually older, so I'll still click OK because it'll probably tell me they're older anyway. Right, I'll just do OK. It probably is already older anyway. There you go. No harm in having extra drivers. Right, so next one after this is going to be the Sound Blaster 32 or 32 drivers, and then we're going to auto patch it, and then at that point I think we're pretty much ready to roll. Okay, that's fine. It needs to start setting up. Okay. There are a couple of things actually I've just remembered I need to do as well. I want to set up the graphics on the desktop to be suitable, and I'll show you how you can change the settings in the top with the menu bar. Handy, resize, up, pass, down. Come up with true color 32-bit. That's what I want. That's the highest you can get. You could turn that into a higher resolution. I want 800 by 600, and you'll see why in a moment. No, I don't want this. I don't want to. So it'll do that, and I've resized it. The window is fitting to match the internal display of PCEm 800 by 600, and that's what it is at the moment because it was changed to that. So if I keep it as that, that's fine. You can say remember size and position. I found that doesn't always work. And then full screen on input grab. So if you click in the window, right, it tells you what you need to do to come out of that. But if I click OK, if I click on the actual desktop of this Windows PCEm emulator, I go to full screen. Now you can see it's not ideal because it's become full screen across my whole monitor and it looks a bit stretched. I'm not keen on that, so if I press Control Alt and page down and click video, output stretch mode 4:3. You can see it actually. If I go video, custom, there you go. It just seems every time you go in and out when you do something like it seems to stretch it bottom and top and has a black bar. So I'm not so keen. But if I now click on, just check it's right, yeah. If I click on this full screen, there you go. It's in a full. It's in its 4:3 ratio. Personally, I prefer that. I don't care about the black bars. Okay, that's how it would have looked on a monitor back in the day. And the monitor obviously would have been a 4:3 CRT, or even, you know, some people might have been. I don't know if flat screens were around. I don't think they were. Would have been a CRT monitor. So yeah, that's how it would have looked. That looks more natural to me. I could up the. In fact, I don't know if it'll let me do it here. It might look okay. But I think it's because it's set the window. But if I change the resolution, if I set it to that, let's see if it looks sharp. Yeah, that's better. That's a slightly bit better. It's slightly wrong. I'm gonna go for 1024 by 768. Click apply. Yeah, that looks fine. I can live with that. In full screen, I can live with that. I want 32-bit colour though. There we go. That's fine. Right. So that looks okay. I can live with that. But the games are probably going to be in 800 by 600 or 640 by 480 resolutions anyway. So that is that. So I need to go back to the CD-ROM. Now, as you can see, it's starting to expand it. This is why I'm not always so keen on it. It starts to expand the window, and eventually, if you keep doing it in and out of it, it makes the window bigger, and eventually this bar goes above the top of my main display, and you can't access it. So you have to right click and click close window to get rid of it, which is not ideal. But anyway, so I'm now going to change the CD-ROM. I'm going to change the image to, I've done the S3 Trio 64. I want Sound Blaster 16. So I'm going to click OK. And I can't, yeah, it's an auto boot, this one, as far as I remember. Maybe I'm wrong. It's not auto booting now. So I'm going to double click. I'm going to see the drivers. I think I install these actually. Update drivers 95. I think that's it. There we go. The Windows 95 drivers, but it doesn't matter. They work in Windows 98. So these should install the latest drivers that I can find for the Sound Blaster or 32, or they certainly will work in DOS as well. I mean, it's come up in Windows 98, so the drivers actually might be more modern in Windows 98, but it works. It's fine. It's copied everything it needs. Do you want to restart your computer? Yes, that's fine. So I'm just going to go back to my desktop, keep the window open while it restarts. So it's only because it's all working in real time. That's why it takes so long, and this is the way. So you can see now, as I've gone into full screen and back out to full screen, it's increased the size of the window by this amount. And if you do that a number of times, you'll see obviously it's going to make it bigger. And it kind of annoys me. I wish it didn't do that, but anyway. So the CD-ROM, there we go. So that could come out of that, and sorry, there we go. And there you go. I've just come in and out again. You can see it's made it again. So I don't want to go in the window. In fact, I'm just going to go load image. And I think the last one is auto patcher. So this one is a really useful program. This does most of the hard work for you at the end of this. This is the last kind of stage of the way I do it anyway. So let's go into the desktop. Let's get the CD going. Oh, I didn't change it, did I? Oh, did I? Oh, yeah. No, I didn't. I mustn't have changed it because it's not come up on there. So let's change the CD-ROM. Let's load the auto patcher. That should change the Windows 98